Hello, my friend. Today I want to present you the chunk. I am the first player in the world who dig up in exploration mode the whole chunk in Hytale. It took me over 30 hours of live streams and I dig up in total over 127,000 of blocks. If you know any other madman that did that, please let me know in the comments. If you are curious how many blocks of each type I dig up, don't worry, we will count that in this video. But first, let me say few words about this project. Why, where, and how it was going through all of the stages. What was hard and what was easy. And 3 animal friends that I met on this journey. So, from the beginning, as you can see, the chunk is placed in the Everfrost zone. The reason for that is actually quite random. I just had a portal here and I was hoping that there are no lava caves in the Everfrost zone. Also, I was thinking that it's easier to find a diamond here, which was a lie, I think. The first layer is an ice layer, which is like a one-hit block for adamantite pickaxe. And also I had a companion, a small cow. A small cow might mean nothing to you, but it was a lot for me, cause I was running around for hours and that was the only difference. No caves, no monsters, just ice, cow and me. Let's make a ranking of those layers, shall we? Ice was definitely the easiest layer. Oh. But then there was another layer, full of slate cobble, shale cobble, and caves. Caves, especially the one with water, are very problematic when I want to count every block. I had to adjust my digging style so I can dig all of this around the caves efficiently. And that's why it was much harder layer than the ice layer. Next we have a massive shale cobble layer with a bit of cold dirt and massive caves. Actually, one very big cave and numerous of small caves and a mine. So geologically, this was the hardest layer. I also had a company of constant monsters respawn. And then I realized something terrible. The next layer will take me another 15 hours. Not because there are caves, not because of monsters, not because of anything like that, but because all of it at once. It's a volcanic cobble layer. There was no lava caves or something like that, but thousands of volcanic cobble blocks. And this is terrible because all of the blocks before took only one hit to break with adamantite pickaxe. Volcanic cobble takes 3, so it takes 3 times more time. This is actually the first layer where finding mineral was making this digging faster, because digging up mineral takes only 2 hits to break. So yeah, this is the last layer, but I don't hate it that much as much I hate the biggest cave layer. so this one is not the worst. But if you disagree with my layers ranking, come to the comments, let me know how you would do that. Here are all layers from the surface back to the bottom. Enjoy. Calculate. I finally did it! Whole chunk. Are you ready to count the blocks? Because the chunk is finally done. 32 by 32. All the way from surface to the layer of bedrock. Which is, by the way, this one square. I have no idea what kind of block is this, but yeah, that's the only one unbreakable block that is showing up. I have to prepare some chests for counting, and eventually I had that many chests. Before we start counting blocks, maybe let's start with minerals. How many different minerals I was able to dig up, and how many pickaxes was used to the end before I digged up all of it. 467 iron ore, 433 cobalt ore, 138 silver ore, and only 49 gold ore. For digging I used up in total 26 adamantite pickaxes. Each pickaxe I repaired 9 times with over 200 repair kits. Now we can count the blocks, starting with blue ice, which in total I digged up 317. Since we already have blue ice, let's count also the ice, which is actually in top 3 of the most numerous blocks in this project. Do you already have a guess which block is the most numerous in this chunk? I'm asking because my guess was wrong at this point, and I was wrong by almost 10,000. Okay, back to the results. We have full 7 chests of ice and some ice in the last chest, which is in total 25,911 of ice blocks. That's a lot. And now we can count another big player in the chunk, which is shale cobble. There was actually a lot. It was even more than ice blocks. Full 10 chests. And almost full 11th. That gives us in total 38,186 shale cobble. Let's say 3. So for current record, that's the first place. Compared to top 3, slate cobble is not that numerous, as it has only 6,682 blocks. Next comes cold dirt with similar results, as it has 6,660 blocks. Even smaller number comes with basalt cobble, which is only 1,356. And here comes the time for the leader in this count. The one that will come in my nightmares. The hardest block in this chunk, excluding the unbreakable one. The volcanic cobble. Before I show you the result, can you guess how many blocks of volcanic cobble I had to dig up from that chunk? If you don't remember, the last record was over 38,000 and it was shale cobble. Volcanic cobble took full 13 double chests and a half. That gives us 48,889 of volcanic cobble blocks. That's almost 150k hits to the blocks, because each volcanic cobble take 3 hits from adamantite pickaxe before it breaks.
What was I thinking?
Oh, and just for the record, there are also drops from monsters and some rubbles from the mines and caves. I have one final question for you, my friends. What should I build in this massive hole? For now, I can show you what I already did, which is just placing some water. Okay. Can I safely land here? Oh, I can't. So as I was saying, I'm trying to make a water pool down in the chunk. Oh, and by the way, this is the only infinite water source that I know of. And because it would take me hours to fill all the bottom, I figure out that I have to find another way. So I just filled the edges, and now I'm trying to build a structure on the top so I can let the water fall from the center. Oh, and if you know how to stop the monsters from spawning here, please let me know. That's it. I was preparing all of the project for weeks. Now it's finished. I hope that summary is not disappointing. I'm just a small creator, but I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Thank you.